Hello everybody, my name is Nashanoob and welcome back to a Pixel Game Maker MV tutorial. Today we're going to go over a more complicated moveset and how to go and make that look nicer. So you can see here, looks a lot nicer than previously what we were actually working with, not in the last episode, which was the main stamina regeneration. In Stamina Regeneration, we were using the project where it's a side-scroller where they shoot. It's one of the default projects. And I was talking about how I wanted to make the stamina work with how stuff worked in there, but we couldn't make everything work properly because I didn't actually understand how it worked. Well, I figured it out, and we're going to just work on some of it together. So with some of the tutorials right now with animations, this is what it ends up looking like. And this is fine if you have just like waiting, walk, and jump. But as soon as your moveset starts getting a lot more complicated, this is just going to become a massive headache and you're going to hate your life and nothing is going to be fun at all. So what we're actually going to work on is making a lot nicer, I don't know why I keep slipping into that, a lot nicer of a layout that makes more sense to do, is actually the way that the side scroller uses for its one. And just kind of incorporate the last two episodes all together. Minus health, I actually haven't programmed any tiles or anything to hurt us. So we're not really focusing on the health one because that one's really straightforward. But stamina's a little bit more complicated and we're getting into more complicated stuff. So I don't have all of my animations, but everything I'm doing makes sense despite not having all of my animations. So this should be simple enough. As you can see right now, I have a couple main things in yellow. They updated it, so I don't know if they updated it, if this is the newest update. This is beta that I'm in, so I don't know if the last update that's like the stable version has this or not too sure. But anyways, you can actually put these as different colors and whatever colors you want them to be. Super helpful. So yellow is all of our main actions, main movements. So we have wait, walk, run, dodge backwards, basic jump, and run jump. We can do a lot more than that, and I might actually do a new dodge forward and show you guys how I did that as well, although it's not perfect, so we'll see about how you guys feel about it. But as you can see right now, the blues are the transition actions, maybe the way I would explain it. So what happens is we start on wait, and then I have it where if any of the movement buttons are pressed, wait to walk. So wait to walk is just for myself, so I understand if I'm looking up in links, I understand what I'm looking for. And this gets to be a bit more complicated. So wait to walk, so we have wait. If I press a button, we go to just the transition one, which executes object action. So object self walk. So what that does is it teleports us to the other side of the screen over to here to walk. And then depending on what we do with walk, so if we decide to press our run, so I have it as L1, L1 and left or right and L1. And on press means if you're holding it down. Pressed just means if you tap it. So you might want to actually have these all the same, but maybe not. Depends on how you want your moveset to be. It could work at anything. And then it goes to walk to run, and then we also have run goes back to walk, but then we have dodge backwards. So we also have walk and dodge backwards. So walk, if we press X, and I'm using my controller actually, because it just is easier to remember. That's kind of what it's actually set up by default as, and it's easier to remember. So walk, if we're walking, we press X, we go to dodge backwards. So dodge backwards is execute object action, to dodge backwards, although that has a different, that's why. Okay, yeah, this one you could just do object self, and then we're gonna do object self to dodge backwards. 1 second, isn't there dodge backwards on there? Oh, right there. Right there in the middle. Okay, so walk, X, dodge backwards, which brings us to right here. With dodge backwards, I have it, so stamina is affected, so stamina goes negative, and then what happens is I have it depending on which way you're facing, you move a different way. So, walk to dodge. We're walking. Oh man, that's killing my frame rate. And dodge. Okay. I hope you guys can see that well. Here, we'll go stand over this. So let's walk up to here and you guys can see. So dodge backwards. I don't have the animation for the dodge yet, so not as great, but you can see that we're holding and we dodge backwards. So we have that for going if I'm facing. So object facing direction. So specify direction. We're facing left by object, my current PC. So PC with new layouts, just because I'm showing you guys difference between old and new. So yeah, if my character is facing, I guess the other one, my character is facing right, I am gonna move object, and we're gonna set direction and move. So we're gonna move backwards by 128, which is about 2 blocks. So what we're gonna do is we are going to make it so to transfer from run to dodge backwards as our first order of business. So let's add action, and let's just move all that over one. So this action is going to be called run, because that's where we're starting, to dodge backward. All right, and we're going to go and make it so I think I'm doing idle 3 as a dodge animation. Add a link. This link is going to be if condition wait, not condition. The following has been input X. If X is pressed, then it goes to this one. And then this one, we want it to, I'm placing all the buttons. We want it to execute object action, object self, to dodge backward. So if we're running, we want it to dodge backwards. So it should work. So I have walk, run. Oh my god, the frame rate is messing it up. But see, now we had that. So run. Now the only thing is that if you notice, it's not continually going back. So what should be happening, this is walk. We have it walk working properly. Oh, and then maybe, I was working on this one too. So let's sort this both out at the same time. So this one's, you can't actually see it, but this one is wait to dodge backwards. So let's do both of these at the same time. So the following has been input. X is pressed. We are going to execute object self, dodge backwards. And then this is gonna, oh, I meant to do both at the same time, but I didn't. So that's perfect. Okay. So if I'm not pressing anything, if I'm just standing still, I'm doing that. But if I'm walking forward and pressing that, I just keep working at the same time. So what we need to make sure is happening is, aha, that's where he is. We forgot the or. So we want it so when we're facing the right right, after we perform our movements, we want to make sure that if we're pressing our sprint and our movement buttons, then it's going to put us back to running again. So instead of it being janky where I'm running, dodge, and then walking, it's running, dodge, then running unless I let go, right? So same thing here. Oh, that one's working. Okay. So now this should work. So we have that one, we have that one, and then we have something isn't working. Well, I've already screwed up apparently, but So you guys are gonna laugh. It looks a little weirdly janky on the other way, but let's just see. So running. Okay. Okay, so it's working this way. I know it doesn't look like it's working because it does a weird flip, but it does a weird... No, it's not. Okay. It still goes back to walk again. Maybe I have... screwed up somewhere. Execute object action, run. This should be. Okay, well, we're gonna move on from that one because that one should be working and it's not immediately apparent to me what exactly. Because on press means like while you're holding it down, but pressed means like you aren't. So I'm gonna have to debug that one. But anyways, we got it so that you can run and then you can go to dodge. And so dodging's really cool. So let's make a dodge forward now. So we're gonna go and add action because this is the main one. We're gonna actually give it a nice yellow box. Yellow's actually my least favorite color, just so you guys all know. So dodge forward, and then action, let's give this one 4. Okay, so for walk, we want to dodge forward now, so let's move dodge backwards that way, and add add new box. So add action, this one is going to be blue. This one's going to be walk to dodge forward. And it's going to be 4 as well because that's what we're doing it. So add link when we press, let's do Y for this one, just for fun. So if we press Y, it's going to bring us to dodge. But we're also actually, if you see over here, I have it so that a switch in variable changes. So we're going to also change it because we want the stamina to go down when we're doing our dodges, right? Because that makes a lot of sense. So player stamina is, oh yeah, no wait, we want to make sure we have the stamina. Sorry, that's the first part. So player stamina has to be greater than 0 for us to be able to do a dodge, because we can't do a dodge if we don't have enough stamina. And then we object execute. I'm not saying any of the words right, so please don't judge me. I don't know how to speak apparently. Dodge forward. And that one's here, so that puts us to here. So dodge forward. When that happens, we want to change variable. So object self stamina minus 1. Okay, so 1, and now we're gonna do add action, dodge forward, facing right, and just keep it there, add link. So this one, so other conditions, I would always make sure it's always like change if all conditions are met, just because otherwise you screw yourself over. Like, if you don't need all conditions, obviously you don't need it, but like, for all the ones I've done so far, I need it. So make sure that's what it said as. All right, so let's go and make it, this one, if our character is facing right, we want them to move forward. So we are going to objects facing specified direction. We want the specific direction of right, set by object self. So if our character is facing right, now we want them to move. So this one is called move object, and then we want them to move this way. So 90 degrees, 128, that's 2 spaces. And then we actually want to make sure we're doing set by object. That this object is the one moving, because if we don't set that, that messes everything up. Because it messes everything up. And then I think we put that one here. Let's just double check. No, okay. We do not do that one. We do that one, and then we ignore move input during motion, otherwise you get weird janky ugliness. Okay, and now let's do an add action. So dodge forward to walk, and this one will be blue, which is fine, and we're gonna make this one add link after, I believe I did, as long as those are pressed and after a certain amount of time presses. So as long as the following's been input, either left or right, and other condition would be after a certain amount of time passes, because we want to make sure that it's given enough time to proceed its action, but you only have to do like 1/10 of a second. So, and then after that happens, we want it to jump back to its walk. Okay, let's make sure that we haven't completely screwed everything. So we're walking. Okay. It is doing something. It's just not jumping forward enough. So I don't know what I did differently. So we have move object, which is backwards, which is fine. We don't want it to be backwards this time. Set by object self. I know this one has speed, move speed. Let's do 500. That was part of it too. I think I had to bump up the speeds, otherwise it didn't look right. Yeah, now I can't run anymore. Okay, it is jumping forward. It's just not as noticeable. So if you're worried about it, like that it's not moving at all, it just, because I don't have the animations yet, it's actually really hard to tell if it's working or not. So you can do something crazy, like let's make it say that it's gonna jump 500 freaking meters, or just like should be causing it to look weird. Okay, let's just take a look and see. A look-see. Yeah. The main thing is like making it so that it looks right. So there's a weirdness where sometimes you have to play around with those ones. There we go. Oh! Okay, well now you can see that it's moving. It wasn't oh, I guess it wasn't checked because that one was okay. Well, anyways, we can go back to 128 now. So if you're moving the proper way, then you do want that to be a thing. If you're not, then you don't want it to be a thing. So now we can dodge forward. And really quickly, let's do the same thing again and not take forever. So dodge forward when facing, dodge forward. I guess I just like named it something really quickly. Dodge forward facing left. And idle floor. Add link. It is facing direction. Not all directions, just this one. By object self, and then this one, it's going to be speed 500. Then we are going to move object. 270. Fine, I'll type it in. And that one should work and it should look proper. Oh, well, I guess we're fine. It's so funny, like the frame rate's all messed up. It's not actually this low, but it's just the recording that's messing it up. Okay, well, things that happened there was because I didn't give it a loop back to here. So let's do if the, what was that, input? Following has been input. Left, or, left again, right, or, did I have those as or? Yes. And change after a certain amount of time, 0.1. I'm still debugging it. Like the facing the left one is a little bit weird. It doesn't quite actually work how we want it to. So we don't want the move input to matter. Why is it? Oh, I was hitting X. No wonder it's not working. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm the best tutorial ever. Okay, so it's facing the wrong way, but this is a work in progress, okay? Anyways, but long story short, we have it. And also, as you guys were seeing, it does use stamina. Like, that's the most important part. As we're going along, stamina is being used. So we go. You can see it's making stamina. I just have the stamina regeneration too high. And now there's no stamina, so we can't use it when the stamina's not working. I probably should put like more in the background so that it's easier to see and it's not so basic. Now we're gonna do jumps because I did figure this out. I think I probably should stop this now because it's a little bit late, but we'll do it really quick. So basic jump, we're just gonna do walk to jump. So basic jump. So we already have walk. And walk to basic jump, execute action, we get to jump. So that one's easy enough. Jump, we are going to have it change our stamina again, because we want to make sure that our stamina is actually high enough to do this. So, constant by 1, and then also we need to make sure that this condition, I always forget where everything is. So stamina, self, stamina has to be greater than 0. Cool. Change if all conditions are met. And we are jumping. We're gonna move back to walk if contact with tiles wall direction. Now I gotta remember how I did a double jump. Okay, double jump. Let's say basic double jump. Let's call it that. And I add a 1 for my jumps right now. We're going to add a link so that when the jump peak is reached, and the following is input, A is pressed again, then it jumps again. And if I remember correctly, that's all it's needed. Now we'll add link back to there, and let's just move this link over so that we can see that that one goes through. So this one is going to be if contact with walls tile direction is down. So if it touches the ground. Oh, and then I don't know if I've ever shown that before. I don't think so. So what happens is with the jump, when you touch the ground again, then it goes back to walking. That's all that is. So if I didn't screw up, it should just be, so there's walk. Should be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, There we go. So you can see we have a double jump. So you can make it so they actually have to like tap it separately, or you can just hold it down. So pressed will only work if you push it separately. Oh. I thought I was doing it properly. Okay, well, that's how you make it go again. The following has been input A, pressed L. Oh, change if all conditions are met. That one again. It gets me every time. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's do... I always get these backwards. Okay, pressed. Come on. I worked through all of this in the other one, and then there we go. So it's pressed. Okay. So you could potentially like make this infinite jumps by just having it go back again and again and again, depending on if you keep holding jump. You just go like flap and fly forever. But you can see, so jump, or holding it down, or pressing it, depending on what you want to do. And if you guys notice, that didn't actually change my variable. Well, probably did, but you know what? I think my stamina is too high for regeneration. So let's go and change these ones to 2 seconds. Because it doesn't really work if it is so quick. Okay. And now we're dodging. Dodging. We can't dodge or anything anymore. Can't jump. Wait. Oh, look, we can dodge now. Now we can't. So that's pretty much a continuation of stamina regen. So what we were doing with this all, making it look nicer. So this is a lot nicer and easier to follow than this one. So like right now, this only has pretty much everything we've done so far, actually, like dodge backwards, but it's not very nice. It's really messy. It's really gets to be a bit of a clusterfuck. But then with this, it's nice, it's organized. You can really simply see, okay, this is where I am, this is where I don't need to be, this is where things go. A lot better. So we integrated stamina to it, so it's actually being used properly in the same sort of action format as the side scrollers are. So you probably want to switch to something like this than doing it in the other way, because if you have more than like 4 actions, like even this is really only like 4 actions, it's way too complicated. This is way better, way more organized. I like it better. So hopefully that was coherent and you guys glad for sticking around with me despite my many mild hiccups, but whatever, it's a learning experience for both of us. I figured out everything and then I didn't figure out everything, so you can see more as I continue along, and I will keep showing you guys as I figure stuff out. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.